Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining my live. We are talking about why the hell your weight loss journey does not look like all these ones you're seeing posted on accounts on Instagram. You're seeing 8 pounds down in 4 weeks and, lost 20 pounds in 12 weeks. You're seeing these insane transformations and you're seeing all these hashtags, if it fits your macros, macro tracking, team flexible dieting, whatever. And all of a sudden, you're doing all those things. You're doing the macro tracking, you're doing the if it fits your macros, you're weightlifting at the gym, and somehow your weight loss does not look like the ones that you are seeing on Instagram. They're losing weight so much faster than you are. So a couple different things can be happening. So what we are not talking about are the accounts that are posting lies. That does happen on Instagram, posting before and after pictures, maybe smudging the timeline, saying, okay, maybe they actually did this in 18 weeks. I'm going to say it happened in 15. Or maybe they started at their weight was, 147. And so I'm going to say they started at 150 and maybe they got down to 122. I'm going to say they got down to 120. So people can mess with it on Instagram. I'm not talking about the people that are messing with it. I'm talking about legitimately the people that are macro tracking and exercising and doing the things that you say you're doing, and their weight loss is faster and more consistent. And what the fuck? I get it. It is so frustrating. And I was having this conversation with the client and surprise, I have an analogy that it's super good. So if you are trying to lose weight, you are trying to accomplish something. So let's use an analogy of trying to get a degree. Let's say all of a sudden I decided I wanted to become a teacher. I have no idea. That just popped in my head. Let's say I wanted to be a teacher. So I could do it one of two ways. I could literally quit my job. I could stop doing this. I could completely abandon being in healthcare. I could literally quit my job and go back to school full time. And maybe I'll be a teacher. Let's say I have prereqs, all the stuff. Let's say I can be a teacher in 2 years. Full time, that is what I'm doing. I'm going to get that degree in 2 years. Okay. If I can't go full time, what if I still have to work? I still have bills to pay. I still have obligations. So I still want to be a teacher, but I can only do night school. I can take a couple classes at a time, study at night, and okay, so it won't happen in 2 years. I'm going to get that in 4 years. I'm still going to cross the finish line. It's just going to take longer because I have other things also going on, but I still care about my goals. So at the end of the day, the goal is still met. You still get to cross the finish line. You still get the degree. You still get to become a teacher, but the route you chose dictated how long it took you to get there. So it is not fair if I'm in night school to completely do a career change to get all huffy when I see the people who are doing it full-time graduate before me. It makes sense. I am giving part of my time to my pursuit in getting a degree, so it will take me longer to accomplish the goal than those who went all in on that goal. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but you can't compare part-time night school to full-time school and expect to graduate at the same time. It totally makes sense logically. Let's tie this to weight loss, what this is really about, why you actually follow my account. So you track macros most of the time. Yesterday you just ran out of time, you just threw some dinner together, ended up being way over on calories, whatever. And then, you forgot friend's birthday's this coming weekend, and then the next morning you have your friend's baby shower, virtually of course, being COVID mindful. So you're doing that and you're like, oh, okay, so I'll get back to it next week. So you track most of the time, and then some of the time you don't. You let life happen. That is okay. That is why it is called flexible dieting. You have to leave room for life if you expect to actually lose weight and keep it off. If you don't leave room for life, you will never actually keep off any weight you lose. I promise, because I've been there. So you don't want to compare your weight loss journey if you are doing it even 75% of the time. If you are usually counting your macros, you meet your water goals, let's say 4 or 5 days out of 7. Usually you're pretty close on macros, but you're always over on fat and a little bit under on protein. You get your workouts in most time. Some weekends you have a little bit of too much wine with your friends. Okay. If you are still seeing steady progress, I'm doing a lot of this, I'm sorry. If you're still seeing steady progress, great. You are progressing the way you want while maintaining a life that you feel good about. Beautiful. So it is not fair for you to be giving it, let's say, 60 to 75% effort, and then you see the people highlighted on Instagram who lost weight faster than you. Maybe they gave it 100%. Maybe they went all in. That was the right choice for them, and they went all in. You're doing what is right for you, so you can't get all huffy and pissy if you are not all in and you're comparing your weight loss trajectory, your speed, and your results to someone who went all in. It's like going to night school and getting pissed off at everyone who's graduating before you who went to school full time. It just makes sense. They should get there faster because they did it more. You're not doing it wrong. You just need to have realistic expectations for the effort you're putting forth. So the conversation forth, that came out very weird, but the conversation I had with a client, she has been doing a really good job most of the time. We have a lot of weekends that have gone untracked. A lot of times we're like, yeah, ended up slamming down a couple beers around the campfire with some buddies this weekend. Like, okay, that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's like you having one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake the whole time. If you're constantly pumping gas versus brake, like, all right, 3 solid days, pedal to the metal, I'm losing weight, and then like, hit the brake, weekend's here, I'm gonna go out with my friends, not get the water in, the weekend just got away from me. Come Monday morning, pedal to the metal, here we go. Hit the brakes Wednesday night, you totally forgot. It was super stressful, so you ended up having a bunch of wine. And then Thursday, Friday, you're back on it, and like, if you're constantly one foot on the gas, one foot on the brake the whole time, if that is what keeps you going, keeps you moving forward, great. You're doing what's right for you then. But if you are doing gas, brake on your weight loss journey, you cannot compare yourself to the people who are doing gas the whole time. No questions asked. Pedal to the metal. They are all in. They meet their macros, period, the end. They drink their water, period, the end. They prioritize sleep and rest days, period, the end. So it is not fair if you have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake and you're kind of close to your goals sometimes. Other times it gets away from you, then you rein it back in, and it's been a wishy-washy back and forth the whole time. To compare your weight loss results to someone who hasn't had one foot on the brake. So commit to what you can. If you are disappointed with your weight loss results or lack thereof, are you giving it what you can? If you can give it more, if you can switch from treating it like a part-time investment to full-time, like night school to full-time school, and you can do that and expect the results to mirror what you're putting in. If they're not, then you need to lean on your coach like, okay, help me understand what's going on, or is there something else going on that I'm missing? Then you get to start asking questions. But if you are kind of close-ish sometimes to your goals and whatnot, you're a little wishy-washy, it's just not fair to expect some of the results that are just mind-blowing that you see on Instagram. They're either doing it all in or they're lying. That can happen on Instagram, so don't believe everything you say. I mean, I could easily come on here and make a live about like by using pink Post-it notes is the only way to be productive. And like, here's why. You can make an Instagram post about anything. Yeah, I think they're doing a weird fact-checky thing now. Every time you say the word like COVID or something like that, I wonder if they're gonna check this now. COVID. But in general, you can't trust everything you see. And even if it is the truth, you don't know how hard they're working. So let's use myself as an example. Most of you watching and will watch this know that I've lost weight and I've kept it off. Some of my transformation photos are, I think they're pretty damn impressive. I worked very hard. There are some periods of time where I probably was not off by more than 5 calories for like 5 months. There were periods of time where I was all fucking in. So I got the results because I put in the work. It was not fair for someone who went out and had, Taco Tuesdays, jumbo margaritas, drinks on the weekends, didn't meet all the workouts and stuff, to then complain that her results weren't as fast as mine were because I was going all in. She was going part-time. If you can go part-time and still get results and that's what keeps you going, do that. If you want faster results and you can go all in and keep it like that for a little while, do that. But make sure what you're kind of using as your guiding beacon of comparison is applicable to you. So can you compare yourself to anyone you see online that you don't know? Nope. We all do it. I totally get it. But before you start saying, woe is me, or freaking the hell out that your fat loss isn't as transformative or as fast as whoever you saw scrolling on your feed earlier today, you know nothing about their history. You don't know if maybe they spent the last 2 years in a caloric surplus building doing zero cardio to just go pedal to the metal all in, and they saw a huge drop really quickly. That can happen, but context is key. So don't get disappointed if you're seeing results in a way that is sustainable for you. I get it. We want to lose 10 pounds like yesterday when we're losing weight. That is not lost on me. I know how it feels. I do. But you've got to be realistic about who you let disappoint you and who you let kind of like make you hesitate as to what you're doing, because there's a very good chance if someone is losing weight faster than you, they could be lying, or they could have a long history of treating their body right, where you have a long history of treating your body like a garbage can or something that should just always be on a diet. And maybe they are all in, where you're 12 out of 10 committed to your goals, but realistically in real life, you can give it like 8 out of 10 effort. Okay, then you should expect 8 out of 10 results. Don't give 8 out of 10 effort and expect 10 out of 10 results. It's all about managing your perceptions and your expectations to be realistic. I was talking to a client earlier today about this, and it's just true. Even the most highly educated women I work with, myself included, I went to school, it's fine. All of us have this emotional trigger when it comes to our own bodies, and I've seen it time and time again. Some of the most educated women I've worked with, the second it comes to our own bodies, we turn into toddlers. We lose the ability to have any logic, but like have any reason. It's all is lost because I had 3 extra blueberries and that's why my scale went up 0.6 pounds and I'm going to die. We've all been there. I get it. So try and exercise a little logic. It's really hard when we're this emotionally charged, but if you are not giving 10 out of 10 effort, you can't expect 10 out of 10 results. So maybe what you're seeing on Instagram is someone who gave it 10 out of 10 for maybe the last 6 months in a row. Maybe they were just in it. Good for them. If they could do that, that's great. And hopefully their results showcase their effort. But for those of us who have a job and a life and things outside of our weight loss goals, and we're maybe giving it even a 7 out of 10 effort, as long as you're still seeing the needle move the direction you want it to move, it's okay if it doesn't look like who you saw on Instagram, because you don't know how hard they worked, you don't know their background, or if they're lying. You really don't. So just make sure your expectations match your effort as closely as possible. And if something doesn't seem to be making sense, that's when you get to start asking questions. It's not fair to say, why does she get to lose weight so much faster than me? If you're not in it. That is the difference between losing weight in a sustainable way conducive to a flexible lifestyle. It's going to be slower, like you went to night school to redo a degree, than someone who went all in, went back to school full time and gets the degree faster. It's all about matching effort and expectation to what you're trying to accomplish. So that was the analogy I wanted to hit on with you ladies, is just really comparing weight loss to going to night school part-time. It's going to take longer to get that degree than if you go back to school full time, you'll get the degree faster. So it's okay to take the night school version of trying to lose weight. That's the way most of us are going to be able to do it and sustain it and keep the weight off. So don't compare your night school efforts and timeline to someone who went back full time and got to cross their finish line a little bit faster than you. The most important thing is you run your own race, and don't let what other people are doing convince you your method is wrong or not working for you if it is. So I totally got your back, ladies. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, right now is about the time you would want to start typing, because I'm about to sign off because I have a lot of check-ins to do, and I'm already getting hoarse because I've had a couple Zooms this morning. Starting to lose my voice already. So hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. I don't see any questions bopping in. If you came in late, don't forget this will just save as an IGTV so you can watch the beginning half earlier. This is a quick one. I think it's been 15 minutes. So hopefully this was informative. I'm here for you ladies. So whatever you need, let me know. Feel free to drop something in the comments or shoot me a DM. Happy Tuesday, and I'll see you later.